Hello and welcome. Today we're making a basic cornbread. This will make a nice basic cornbread that you can serve with chili, menudo, beef stew, or even just by itself. It has a nice crumbly interior that makes it work perfectly for soups and stews. It also works great with a few non-dairy ingredients so that you can make it dairy-free, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. So let's get started and see what we're going to be needing for this. For our ingredients, we're going to need 1/4 cup of butter or vegan spread melted, 1 cup Next milk or regular milk, 1 large egg, 1 1/4 cups cornmeal, 1 cup all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon salt. So we want to start by melting our butter or vegan spread. Just use any microwave safe container, in my case this tiny plastic bowl. From there, just microwave it for 15 seconds. Carryover heat will melt anything that doesn't get melted in that 15 seconds. So, similar to last week's muffins, we get our wet ingredients in there first. Just like there, we want some clumping, and by mixing our wet ingredients till they're even in color, gets us a nice mix that will clump, but will still give us even flavor throughout. If you would like your cornbread a little bit fluffier, keep mixing the wet ingredients till they're a few shades lighter yellow, and that's just the air in there that lightens it. Once it looks like this, we are ready to add the dry ingredients. Into the bowl with our dry ingredients, starting with the cornmeal and flour. This makes it so when we add our dry ingredients, they get mixed a little bit better and jumpstarts the cornmeal flour clumping, which is the part we want to clump. After that, just keep dumping all the rest in and keep stirring until you get small clumps roughly like this. Once it looks like this, wait about 5 minutes for everything to sort of hydrate itself, and you are ready to go into your pan. As always, I thank you from me and the magnificent kitties for watching, liking, and sharing the videos. It really helps the channel grow, and I thank you for that. And for those that are new here and you're enjoying the videos, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe for more videos like this, and of course the true stars of the show, the kittens. So this will work with either a 8-inch or 9-inch square pan or pie tin. The 8-inch tends to take a few more minutes due to the increase in thickness, so first you're going to want to butter or grease the pan. This will keep the cornbread from sticking to the sides too much. A grease like shortening or even lard is great here, but butter, or in my case vegan spread, also works just as well. Once the pan is completely greased, just dump the cornbread mix in, and gently try to smooth it out into the pan. You don't want to knock too much of the bubbles out. While I'm not terribly concerned with it, cornbread does tend to rise more in the center than on the sides of the pan because the sides set faster. This is just pan contact and how the heat transfer works. So if you want a more even height on it, you want to kind of dish it towards the center so that it's a little shallower in the center than the outside, and that'll get you a more even top. So into a 400-degree oven we go for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until the toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. So I mentioned earlier about making this dairy-free. Most non-margarine, non-dairy spreads will work really well in this. Don't use margarine in this or any other baking recipe unless it specifies it. Margarine has way too high of a water to fat ratio to make it work well for baked goods. For non-dairy milks, we have a little bit less options, unfortunately. Most nut milks are a little too thin to get good results with. Oat milk works, but it does add a noticeable oat flavor. Next milk actually worked great and doesn't have a noticeable flavor at all, and I would definitely recommend that one. If you need to use a thinner milk, such as an almond milk or one of those, add about an extra tablespoon of flour to the recipe. Once your toothpick comes out clean, you are ready to choose. For a paler but slightly more moist cornbread, you just take it right out and start it cooling under a towel now. For a slightly drier cornbread, but one that has a nice amount of browning on the top to give it that nice little extra crispiness, give it about 3 to 4 more minutes in the oven. Once browned to your liking, you are ready to go for cooling. On either way, when you're cooling this, cool it on covered with a towel, and give it at least 10 minutes to cool. That's going to let it reabsorb a lot of the moisture, and the towel will keep a lot of the moisture and the humidity coming out of it inside there so it can reabsorb it. Once cooled, you are ready to serve with some beef stew or chili or whatever you like. This is a nice, fairly quick cornbread with a slightly sweet flavor, but not too sweet, and that way it will pair well with most anything you want to serve it with. Plus, it's actually pretty super easy on the cleanup, because most of it can just be wiped out and then just quickly rinsed out once you're just putting the dishes away. So that is everything. You've made cornbread. And with that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day and a great meal.